The Mike magazine will be coming to you with more exclusive interviews. Guess who's going to be next? I guess we will never know. Stay tuned to Delta Sip. Angela Buckney here, the voice behind the mic. Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. And if you need a commercial, let me know. Want to advertise? Not a problem. We have affordable rates. Call 662-207-2077. The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they may represent or affiliate with. Jackson, Mississippi serves as the headquarters for the oldest black-owned newspaper in the state. And that paper is none other than the Jackson Advocate. The Jackson Advocate is an award-winning newspaper. It serves as the voice for the black Mississippians, covering everything from news to sports from around the great state of Mississippi and abroad. Jackson Advocate. Hurry up, grab your keys, head over to Metro by T-Mobile in Greenville, located right next to Burrito Express and Little Caesars. Be sure to ask about the available plans.
Come on down and get your nice internet.
That's right, Metro by T-Mobile can help you with your home internet too. You deserve the latest in 5G.
Come get a tablet too.
This location is stocked with some of the latest in accessories and mobile devices. Metro by T-Mobile, located next to Burrito Express and Little Caesars. All right, let me get in here right after I play my BB King Museum commercial and we can roll.
Looking for a cool place to have your next function? The BB King Museum has one of the most unique rental facilities in Mississippi. Whatever the event, we have the space to fit your needs. And our Barksdale Gin space seats up to 125. Professional audio equipment is available on site too. Call us at 662-887-9539 or visit us at bbkingmuseum.org.
All right, let me get in here, everybody. We have special guest Clay Edwards, and we're talking about Jody Owens on today. Please, please, please share this live. Please share this and let everybody know that we want the person who actually broke this story to come in and give us his spiel on what he thinks could possibly be next. Give me just a second here, and we're going to bring in none other than the Clay Edwards. Let me pull this down. Boom! Welcome to the show, man.
What up?
Clay.
Hey. What is going on?
Why did it take so long to get here?
You know what? Your guess is as good as mine. I do apologize for the dog. She gets excited at just the right times. I guess they were holding out for the best deal possible, right?
Mm. What kind of deal, though? If you have done something, what possible deal could you have? What kind of deal could be made? And what does this say about Chokwe Lumumba? Now, here is the old slide that I had when we were talking about this after Claire was broke this story, he and Sean. And so now it's no longer 3, it's 2. Okay, and Angelique Lee, she went down early. Shariq Marvey Smith, and here are the dates right next to it. On the August the 14th, 2024. Then we got Shariq Marvey Smith in October. I think 10 is October the 17th in 2024. And then you got Marshawn Chrysler, who was found guilty, right? And I think it was something about providing a gun to somebody who was not supposed to have one. Okay, convicted felon or something.
He sold him ammo, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
And ammo. And he was found guilty, right? And so
Tari, I can't remember Tari's last name. Anyway, he used to own the upper level nightclub.
Listen. And so I'm concerned because what does this say about him?
About Chokwe?
Yes.
Obviously, I think he's guilty, but I think there's so much they probably could have got him on, and we'll see. we'll see what all they have. I've been told that once all this evidence starts to come out on what the feds have on these folks, that it's going to
Mm-hmm.
make the city look really, really bad, and it's going to make folks
Mm-hmm.
who back these guys look very, very foolish. And I hate it. The city needs to be able to unpack from this and move on and close the chapter of the Chockway chapter.
Yeah.
But it's dragging across the finish line here. I wish he would plea and go on, because there's I'll be shocked if he wins. But whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen crazier things happen. I
Mm-hmm.
think if you're the Chokwe Antar Lumumba character or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the brand, you kind of got to go down swinging if you want to have any credibility when this is all said and done, because you're going to jail either way. But it's a matter of how long. Easy for me to say from the luxury of my home, but there's a big difference in 3 years and 5 years in jail. If you've ever been to
Mm-hmm.
jail, there's a big difference in 1 day and 2 days in jail.
Come on.
So
Come on.
so it's a bad deal, but he knew what he was getting into. He's a big boy, and the way what I saw on video or whatever the evidence that we've seen, that's public evidence,
Uh-huh.
he looked very, very confident in what they were doing. Like it just felt like it wasn't their first rodeo.
But check this out now. What gave a lot of people hope was the fact that Shaka Gaines, remember the feds say they had Shaka Gaines and he was able to go home scot free. But this didn't happen. And I was wondering if the feds had gotten it right or whatever. And for him being a prosecutor, right, going around prosecuting all of these cases until the end. Because we know he just put up his resignation. Let me try to pull that up. And
Yeah.
speak now. Jody, I was still friends with him because he still served in the capacity of a prosecutor. And he was saying, "Oh, this person is going to jail and that one is going to jail." And now I wonder, Clay, what will happen to those cases where, just recently he's like, "Yeah, yeah, you're going to jail."
Yeah, look, I've been saying it since day one. The credibility is shot out of that DA's office. There's some good ADAs there, and this isn't a black eye on all of them. But when the leader is a criminal, and he is now
Uh-huh.
confirmed admitted criminal. Of course, he had always admitted that he did this, right? But he tried to blame entrapment and that they took advantage of him being an alcoholic, an addict, and all these other things. But so you're telling me, I don't know what's worse, the fact that we have a corrupt DA, or that we have a
Mhm.
DA that is an admitted alcoholic and addict, and he thinks that that's a valid excuse to be able to break the law. And if I said this on my video that you have queued up, that
Yeah.
if I'm a defense attorney, and my attorney was drunk or high, or even if they wasn't, I would say they were, because that's clearly in that DA's office mind, that is a valid excuse to be able to get off for anything you may have done. I was an
Talk
addict, or
about
I'm a
Anthony
drunk.
Fox. Talk about
Oh,
Anthony Fox because Anthony maintained his innocence. He was thrown into the slammer. Now he's out. But do you think he will ever get an apology from Jody Owens?
oh no, 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 no. Because that would be admitting that he was wrong, and he's never going to do that. He hasn't done
But
that
he said,
with this.
that he was addicted, or well, he said he never received anything for addiction. Let's cue this thing up because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Give me just a
Sure, go
second.
ahead.
We're gonna cue up your video. And when you talked about city, while I'm doing that, I wanted to just touch briefly. You said the city needs to move forward. Well, how can we move forward when you got a chief who had an assistant chief who has just been fired? Am I saying that correctly?
Assistant chief. Yep. I'm assuming
Now,
that was still his position within the agency. I'm pulling up Kingfish's stuff now. He's got an update
okay,
on the Owen stuff too, so I may have us a little bit of updated information here. Here it goes. Yeah, he was director, chief, deputy. Fire. Yeah, he was the deputy police chief. So I'm assuming that means assistant chief.
okay,
He was he
he
was
was
he was
high
the
up.
number two. He was the number two under Wade. What his position was exactly under this current administration, I don't know. The pay wouldn't have changed, but the rank may have a little bit. But a deputy, I don't know if there's a difference in a deputy chief and an assistant chief or whatever. And I
Hmm.
may have I may have my
Okay, we
titles
kind of
wrong here. But either way, he was the number two in charge.
Talk about this picture right here, right quick.
Yeah. I made that. That's one of my better AI work there. I
Some
think
AI.
it's kind of well, it's not that it's probably going to be all very real here sooner rather than later. But I was prognosticating a little bit that I thought they
Okay.
were all three guilty. I mean, hell,
Okay.
again, Jody's admitted. Well, they've all kind of admitted guilt. I don't know about Aaron. I don't want to speak for Aaron, but
Yeah.
Jody has admitted guilt and going the entrapment route. I believe Chalkway's kind of doing the same thing. And
Hmm.
I'm not a Aaron, I don't know about Aaron. He hasn't
Okay.
been nearly as vocal or out there. So I don't want
Hmm.
to speak on behalf of Aaron, but I think we all
Gotcha.
know that Jody made Aaron look like and no other, excuse my language here, he made him look like a bitch.
He
He's like
did.
basically Aaron,
He
you go sit
did.
at the kiddie table, as Sean would
Yes.
say.
Yes, he did. Because he's like, oh, he'll do whatever I tell him. I give him peanuts, pretty much. I'm just
Hmm.
paraphrasing. I
Just
give
give
Banks
him $500
peanuts.
a week, and yep.
Yes, I give him peanuts. He do whatever I say when I say.
That's why I was surprised Aaron didn't come to a plea first, and he may not have been
Yes,
offered one, but I
probably
would have
not.
thought that he had the most to lose and gained the least.
Let's
Does
cue
that
this
does that
up
make
before my.
sense?
Yes, yes. Let's get this
He
from WLBT, and then we're gonna play yours.
The sitting Hinds County District Attorney and two former Jackson City leaders are accused of being involved in a federal bribery scheme.
Yeah, two were in court today, along with their attorneys, addressing a few key issues before their trial begins next month. Now, DA Jody Owens, former Jackson Mayor Chokwe Lumumba, and former Jackson Councilman Aaron Banks are charged in connection with an alleged scheme to bring a convention center hotel to Jackson. Quentin Smith was inside the courtroom. He joins us now. Quentin, what's one of the big issues brought up today?
Well, Howard, one word that dominated the courtroom today was entrapment. Now, the judge could allow Owens' attorneys to introduce that entrapment defense during opening arguments. However, prosecutors are pushing back on this. The prosecution argues the defense cannot mention entrapment until they present evidence that it happened.
Man, I'm just ready to get in between the lines and represent my client as best I can.
Attorney Carlos Tanner is representing former Jackson Councilman Aaron Banks. He and former Mayor Chokwe Lumumba are accused of receiving tens of thousands of dollars to back a proposal to bring a convention center hotel to downtown Jackson. Current Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens is also tied into this alleged scheme. Owens is accused of receiving money to set up meetings between FBI agents posing as out-of-state developers to gain access to city leaders. However, Owens argues entrapment. He claims the FBI set him up and pressured him into joining the alleged scheme by taking advantage of his diagnosed alcoholism. During a pretrial conference, the judge expressed that he may allow the defense to set the stage for their entrapment defense during their opening arguments. But the prosecution objected. Prosecutors believe uttering the word entrapment before providing sufficient evidence to prove it would be unfairly prejudicial. Owens, Banks, and Lumumba face a number of charges including bribery, racketeering, and wire fraud. All three defendants will be tried together. Some defense attorneys believe this could present challenges, while others don't see a problem with it.
There are a lot of challenges with it, but the primary challenge is that everybody sees the evidence differently. Everybody's arguing the evidence from a different perspective. Everybody recalls the events from a different perspective. Everybody, there's a hodgepodge, a mix of the way people might have participated in this event or that event. So the trouble is trying to streamline that for a trial.
The trial's a little bit longer, but otherwise got a judge who's experienced in dealing with multi-defendant cases, and I think he'll be able to move things along very efficiently.
Breaking news. Sitting Hinds County DA Jody Owens has just pled guilty. They changed the plea because he was pleading innocent in the well-publicized Jackson Convention Center hotel bribery trial with co-defendants, former sitting Mayor Chokwe Lumumba, two-term mayor, and former former Jackson City Councilman Aaron Banks. Rumors started circulating a little earlier today, about 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, that one of the three was taking a plea deal, which we assumed would be Aaron Banks, because he was kind of low man on the totem pole here. He had the most to lose and the least to gain in the whole process. So you figured he might be the one to flip, snitch, whatever. And I still believe he's probably not walking, but running to the federal courthouse right now, trying to change his plea and take whatever deal they had on the table. Because with Jody Owens, the sitting Hinds County DA, flipping his plea to guilty, it ain't looking good for the other two, because he was considered the mastermind, and he would absolutely know if the other two took the bait, so to say. But here's a story real quick from Jackson Jambalaya. I just did a longer Facebook Live, about 15 minutes. If you want to go check that out at SaveJXN, that's up there. But here's what Kingfish says. Hinds County DA Jody Owens II is pleading guilty to public corruption charges right now at a U.S. District Court. They called for a 2 p.m. hearing for this. It's 2:24 now as I do this video, so it could be over now. Details should start trickling on out. Anyway, he's pleading guilty to public corruption.
All right, that's just a snippet, because we're having some technical issues behind the scene, and I know this battery is about to die on me. But Clay, what is a diagnosis? What is he's been diagnosed with alcoholism? Has to do with anything if he kept working as the DA, knowing that he had that diagnosis?
Yeah, I would like to know when that was professionally diagnosed. Not that it matters now, but did the federal agents know that he had been diagnosed as an alcoholic? Is that just him telling us he's an alcoholic? To be honest, none of that matters. If he's an alcoholic, he should have already resigned or gone and gotten treatment. I think, and I've been saying this. So we have an alcoholic leading the Hinds County DA's office that hasn't gotten any treatment. I don't know how any case that's gone through that office doesn't have to be reviewed. Guilty pleas, innocent plea, anything. They need a fresh set of eyes on everything. And I don't understand. Look, I've never been an attorney. I've never had to go through a trial as a defendant either. So I'm not 100% sure how all that would work. If anybody's out there that's been found innocent, of course they don't want another trial. And I'm sure my attorney friends are wanting to slap me right now for saying that. But I mean, if you have to go through the guilty ones, sure, you need to go through the other ones too, right? I don't know, but because that'd be ones that office lost. Did they lose those office? Did they lose those because the DA is an alcoholic? I'm just saying, it's a bad look, and we need to get something in place. And I know that our legislators have worked on this to try to get some kind of recall elections put in place, where when you have somebody that's effed up as bad as Jody has, as bad as Chokwe has, that the constituents have the ability to try to recall them. Not the state step in and fire them, but the constituents be able to recall them, and because he needed to have been gone a long time ago, within the last year anyway.
But the thing about it, Clay, there was no black outrage. There was nobody on our side of the track saying, brother, you need to go home. There was nobody from a prestigious organization or fraternity or sorority saying, hey, Jody, not that I know of, right? Because I mean, I'm Greek, but I don't run in those circles. But as a media on the black side of town, I never heard of anybody saying Jody needs to go home. They were pretty much applauding the effort that he stayed, right? But where's Angela, the black outrage right now? And who's going to be next? Because Hinds is black, majority. So I know they're probably going to look for somebody black. But my thing is, let it be the right person, regardless of what the race may be.
So, you know how I feel about this I'm my brother's keeper mentality in the black community. I don't have a problem with it on the surface level, but here's a great example of when I'm my brother's keeper is a detrimental to the brothers and to all your brothers and sisters. When you have an alcoholic, corrupt DA that's basically telling you he's available for the take, man, who does that benefit other than the criminals? Real talk.
Listen.
That doesn't that ain't benefiting your mama, your grandmama, your granddaddy, your kids, you, if you're the victim of crime. How is that benefiting any normal citizen that's not a criminal? It's asinine to me. And that's where I wish that more people in the black community would step up and call this crap out. You're doing a great job. I've always said, Angela, I wish I wasn't the one that's been anointed to do this, but until more people inside the community are willing to do it. And I don't believe there's a black community or a white community either. By the way, we're all way too integrated and live too close together for there to be a separate
Mm-hmm.
communities. We just kind of pretend they're separate communities because of different cultures and this, that, and the other. But this people are like, why do you care what goes on in the black community? Because the black community is my community, just like the white
Mm-hmm.
community is y'all's community. We are
Mm-hmm.
one big, we are a big community. It's not like there's a black side of town and a white side of town. I know
Mm-hmm.
you can go to places where there's more of each. Don't get me wrong, I understand that, but you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. We all
Right.
have to live and work together. We all pay our energy bill to the same energy company, the same
That's
water
right.
company, the same banks, so on and so forth. We're together way more than people want to give. So it is damn within my rights to call this shit out. Excuse my language.
That's
When
right.
it's
You're right.
happening, because it does affect me. It does affect
That's right.
my neighbors out here in Brandon, when the capital city 5 minutes from us, 10 minutes from us is having these problems, or we have to drive through it, or we become a victim of a crime in Jackson. Are we getting the best that the DA's office has to offer? And I don't think we were with Jody as the leader. And we got a little update here. I don't know how far your battery can go, but WLBT's got
Because
some
you
interesting
you're going
information.
out. Say it fast. Say it fast.
Uh, I made a mistake earlier when I said that if Tate Reeves filled the seat, they would fill out the term. That is incorrect. If there's more than 6 months left in the term of the politician that steps down, there will be a special election on the next statewide or next countywide election day.
Okay.
So has 10 days to fill the vacancy, and then the next regular special election day in the district, that whatever that day is that comes up,
Mm-hmm.
that's when they'll go on the ballot, and that will fill out the rest of the term. And then they would have to run for a full term at the next regular election.
Clay
So it'll be
Everett,
interesting to see who Tate puts in place.
thank you so much for coming on. I know we're running on some borrowed time here with this battery, but and it's like keeps going out. But hey, when I tell you I thank you so much, I'm still looking for the black outrage on my side of the tracks. I've not heard anybody except for sympathy. Oh, this breaks my heart and this and that. Yeah, but you should have told him to go home.
Yeah, I think we lost you there, Angela. I thank everybody, and I'll be going live here at 6:30 on my channels. Y'all be sure to like, subscribe, share on this video and everything. Angela, everybody, thank y'all. Peace.
Carlos Moore Law Group. The new BBL and the only BBL you'll ever need is the bald-bearded lawyer with over 23 years experience in personal injury, criminal defense, wrongful death, civil rights, workers' compensation, construction defect, and disability. Carlos Moore is a Georgia-registered mediator and arbitrator. Carlos Moore is also a Tennessee licensed attorney. Scan the QR code for more.
They say I got a stare that stops the clocks, breaking every rule, shaking every block. Built this empire from the ground up, brick by brick, a quiet stone, a legendary trick. See the fire in my eyes, can't be denied. Every step I take with purpose, with pride. Heard the whispers, felt the doubt. They don't fade, this ain't just a moment, darling, it's a parade. Feel the rhythm rising deep within my soul, losing all control, but I'm taking my toll. Oh, the mic is mine, yeah, the stage is set. Crown on my head, I ain't finished yet. Every word I read, a truth you can't ignore. Got the world in it and begging for more. This is my anthem, hear the power roar. Walk through shadows when it's been so tall. Never hesitated, ready for the fall. But the light found me, now I own the shine. Every single beat, every single line. Got that edgy allure, a regal flow. Watch me take the lead, watch me steal the show. No more second guessing, no more holding back. On this golden highway, stay on my track. Feel the energy electric, taking over me. This is where I'm meant to be, finally free, yeah. The mic is mine, yeah, the stage is set. Crown on my head, I ain't finished yet. Every word I breathe, a truth you can't ignore. Got the world in it and begging for more. This is my anthem, hear the power roar. They tried to dim my light, thought I'd fade away, but I just burn brighter day by day. From the concrete jungle to the highest peak, this is the voice of every soul that dared to speak. The mic is mine, own every single breath. The mic is mine, it's mine now. The world is listening. This is my moment. This is my moment.
Looking for a cool place to have your next function? The B.B. King Museum has one of the most unique rental facilities in Mississippi. Whatever the event, we have the space to fit your needs. And our Barksdale Gin space seats up to 125. Professional audio equipment is available on site too. Call us at 662-887-9539 or visit us at bbkingmuseum.org.
At Pew Bail Bonding, we understand that bad things sometimes happen to good people. And when they do, don't you dare call 911. Pick up the phone. The rumors are true. Wendy Franklin is one call away, and Wendy Franklin knows exactly what to do. Don't ever sit in a cell and wonder how you can make bail. You can be free of those handcuffs. Enough is enough. Call licensed bail agent Wendy Franklin today.
Yo, I heard they want me for the front page. Yo, who wanna pay? I need a mic on my mic. You gotta know my people, gotta know my type. Yeah, you know my stilo, know what I like. They put me in a magazine, it's so tight. I said who, and they said guess who I'm rocking with? Yo, I'm rocking with the Mike magazine, Mike magazine. Losing, used to be. No, it ain't. I'm rocking with the Mike magazine. Yeah, over everything. I'm popping like the snap. You snooze, I got the clap. You snooze, I got the rap. You snoozing. I need an atlas, take me to Atlantis. I'm a magnet for madness. She can grab it and grab it. No static, no static, no static, no static. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Guess who I'm rocking with? I'm rocking with the Mike magazine. Mike magazine. Yeah. Losing, used to be. Nah, it ain't. Now I'm rocking with the Mike magazine. Yeah. Over everything. Yo, who rockin' with the mic? I'm the mic. Yo, I'm rockin' with the mic. I'm the mic. Yo, rockin' with the mic. I'm the mic. Yo, I'm rockin' with the mic. I'm the mic. Yo, I'm rockin' with the mic. I'm the mic. Yo, I'm rockin' with the mic. I'm the mic. Yo, I'm rockin' with the mic. I'm the mic. Yo, I'm rockin' with the mic. I'm the mic. Guess who I'm rockin' with? Guess who I'm rockin' with? Mike magazine. Losing, used to be. Nah, it ain't. I'm rocking with the Mike magazine. Mike magazine. Mike magazine.
Breaking news. Sitting Hinds County DA Jody Owens has just pled guilty. They changed the plea because he was pleading innocent in the well-publicized Jackson Convention Center hotel bribery trial with co-defendants, former sitting mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba, two-term mayor, and former former Jackson City Councilman Aaron Banks. Rumors started circulating a little earlier today, about 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, that one of the three was taking a plea deal, which we assumed would be Aaron Banks, because he was kind of low man on the totem pole here. He had the most to lose and the least to gain in the whole process. So you figured he might be the one to flip, snitch, whatever. And I still believe he's probably not walking, but running to the federal courthouse right now, trying to change his plea and take whatever deal they had on the table. Because with Jody Owens, the sitting Hinds County DA, flipping his plea to guilty, it ain't looking good for the other two, because he was considered the mastermind, and he would absolutely know if the other two took the bait, so to say. But here's a story real quick from Jackson Jambalaya. I just did a longer Facebook Live, about 15 minutes. If you want to go check that out at SaveJXN, that's up there. But here's what Kingfish says. Hinds County DA Jody Owens II is pleading guilty to public corruption charges right now in a U.S. District Court. They called for a 2 p.m. hearing for this. It's 2:24 now as I do this video, so it could be over now. Details should start trickling on out. Anyway, he's pleading guilty to public corruption charges right now in U.S. District Court. A federal judge indicted Owens for conspiracy, for bribery ×3, for use of an interstate facility in aid of racketeering, honest services fraud, and money laundering. Now that's only 7, but he had 8 felony charges. Owens appeared at the podium flanked by his attorney as he stood before U.S. District Judge Daniel P. Jordan III. Attorney Carrie Bufkin represents Owens at the hearing. The DA said he was treated for anxiety and depression since his indictment. Owens also said he has never been treated for addiction, and he used addiction as an excuse for all this. Assistant U.S. Attorney David Fulcher represents the Department of Justice. Fulcher said the basic terms of the plea deal are that he will have to plead guilty to conspiracy. This story is breaking. I will update you with more as we go. Again, Hinds County DA in Jackson, Mississippi, Jody Owens has switched his plea. He will have to step down as DA. Stand by. Yep, he just resigned. Stand by.
The Mike Magazine. Facebook is okay. However, YouTube is way better. Go follow my mom on YouTube.
That's right.
Like, subscribe, get notified. Timothy Buckner here, a voice behind the mic.
And remember, if you need a professional commercial, let me know. Angela Buckney here, the voice behind the mic.
The Mike Magazine.